Hey guys, it's your girl Victoria back to you with another review for Couples Retreat Season 3, Episode 1 called Show Us Your Hand. Okay, alright. The cute little title, guys. But listen, I see what you guys trying to do here. So let's just go back to Season 1 for 2 seconds. We had was Michael Blackson and Rada in season 1. They came back for season 2. So in season 2 we had Ronnie and Shamari, but now we see they're back for season 3. So I guess we're gonna have, I don't know how they did their algorithm of who they're gonna choose to go to the next season, but I see it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna be the OGs. Even though y'all ain't no OGs, we're gonna be the ambassadors. Ain't nobody being no ambassadors and try to show these youngins or whatever, newbies, rookies to the couples retreat game what it is, when you guys probably still have the most issues because you guys have so much history. Okay. Anyway, so we have 6 couples again. Obviously, I'm talking about Ronnie and Shamari. They were from season 2. Obviously, we know Ronnie from Belleville. Okay. You know what I'm trying to say. Okay, Shamari, I believe she was a part of a girl group too. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Anything to take from them from their introduction? No, not really. Other than that, they think they're veterans in the game because they already been there, done that. But I mean, look at what you call it, Michael Blackson and Rada. I don't think they're still together to this day. So it's not starting off great for you guys. We're gonna then go to Jock and Kendra. Obviously, I watch Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. They're from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Of course, Jock had a career before that. Okay, cool. And we have Phelan and Jalen. Uh, Interesting coincidence that you guys name rhyme, except for the first letter of your names. And I don't know where she's from. I don't really know who her husband is. But I guess when her and her husband was separated, then Jalen was her friend for years and years, and they decided to get together. And I guess while they were separated, they got together, so everybody thinks he's the home wrecker of why her and her husband broke up. But apparently they broke up before her and homeboy Jalen got together. So that's their little story. And we're gonna move on. Then we get to Apollo and Sharian. I'm sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. He's from Real Housewives of Atlanta. Did I watch the show? No. I mean, I know of him because of the blogs and all the stuff that he had going on with his wife at the time. So I guess, now he out and he with homegirl Sharian. I'll have to watch the next episode to really figure out her name. How do you pronounce it? And supposedly they got married last week or the week before the first day of this couples retreat. Okay. So, newlyweds in the game, but just because you're newlyweds don't mean you guys didn't have issues from years prior because they've been together for 9 years from what Apollo done said. So, okay, we're going to see all your drama and issues from those 9 years coming to fruition in this season, clearly. Next, we got Fat Boy and Tiana. And I guess Fat Boy started from Instagram. I mean, he looks familiar, obviously, but I don't really be knowing these people, to be honest with you. If I were to keep it 100, I don't really know these people, but I'm gonna watch anyway. So he's from Instagram. Tiana's his wife, and they're there to work on becoming better in their marriage because Tiana want to let us know that they married for real because they both had rings on their ring finger. A lot of people who are not married, who not even with nobody, engaged, none of that, got rings on their ring finger. Not even the one who wear the purity ring. People may just like to wear it on the ring finger because maybe that's the only finger that fits the ring. They want to make it look like they're engaged, but they really not. So, I may be looking too much into it, but at the same time, you don't have to have a ring to be married. And even if you do have a ring, that don't necessarily mean you are married. But okay, for your sake, Tiana, we just gonna say okay. Because y'all got rings, that's how we can, confirm that you're married. Okay. Okay. Anything to take from them? Not really. All I want to say, Fat Boy said he is a well-known entertainer and the number one best entertainer in the world. I like the confidence, Fat Boy. I like the confidence. Good for you. We then move on to Chris and Breezy. BRE-Z. Yeah, she's from Empire. To be honest, y'all might take my black card. That's fine. That's whatever. I didn't watch Empire. Okay, I maybe have watched the first episode when everybody kept talking about it at the time, but I didn't watch it week for week, episode for episode. I know who the characters are, but well, the main ones at least. I don't know if she was a main character. Listen, that's my fault. I'm sorry. I apologize in advance for anyone who feels offended right now. But okay, she's from Empire. Okay, cool. And we got Chris. That's her fiance. They proposed to each other. That was cute. And I think that's it for the couples. This season is gonna be in Vegas. Okay, Sin City, as AJ kept saying this whole episode. Speaking of AJ Johnson, she is the mentor slash life coach for this season, as well as the previous 2 seasons. She's bringing her. What was the guy's name? I forgot. She brought because she always has a guest host or mentor, life coach for the season. I don't remember his name. In my head, I'm thinking Troy, Joe, I don't know. But I'll know his name by next episode. Anywho, couples, they arrive. They go to their hotel rooms, their suites, and all that stuff. It looks very nice, very lush. Palms Hotel. It doesn't matter. It looks very nice and luxurious, of course. And after they get to their hotel rooms, they get little tablets or butlers presenting them with cards, letting them know, hey, we want you guys to be here at this location at this time. So, of course, they all meet up with each other. And then, the girls hang out with the girls. The guys hang out with the guys. Jock is trying to ask, is this going to be like an emotional type of retreat thing? Jock, I'm very convinced you ask questions just to not make it like a silence thing. Because for me, I'm just kind of like, you're at a couples retreat. Okay? You've been on reality TV before. You know how producers work. And have you not watched the last 2 seasons of Couples Retreat? I'm pretty sure you have. You know it's going to be emotional. You know they're going to try to get into the nitty gritty. You know Kendra going to put all your business out there. She's clearly done that on social media and on TV, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. So the fact that you're questioning if this is going to be an emotional retreat, I feel like you just trying to say anything just to, talk. But at the same time, I feel like I have to take you kind of serious too. And then you talking about when Ronnie done told you yes, you trying to say, oh, you don't know what you signed yourself up for. And yes, you did. Yes, you did. If you knew what you signed yourself up for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, you knew what you signed yourself up for Couples Retreat. And it's on MTV now. That's the other kicker. It ain't even on VH1 no more. I don't know what's going on VH1 side, but it's on MTV now. And Love and Hip Hop Atlanta coming to MTV. So we about to see Jock for the next 2-3 months. So it'll be an emotional ride from him for the next 2-3 months. So after that, after they split up, because nothing else to talk about with them splitting up, and they're just trying to mingle and whatnot. Then they go meet up with AJ in a room that's set up to look like a little mini ceremony, mini wedding, matrimony, whatnot. Of course, because they're in Las Vegas, so of course a lot of people get eloped in Las Vegas. So her exercise, not really exercise, is to have each couple come up one by one to talk about what has been broken in their vows to each other. Not necessarily in marriage, but just in their commitment. So, who was it? Jock and Kendra volunteered themselves to go first. And Kendra feels like she's settled for Jock, and he doesn't take any accountability. Jock does not agree with that, nor has he ever agreed with any criticism that Kendra has for him. What else is new? Then we get to Chris and Breezy, and they have nothing to say. And for me, I'm just like, there's no point to stand up to go in front of AJ. You could have just said, nah, we good. There's nothing else for us. Okay. And then we get to Apollo and Sharian, still don't know. I'm so sorry, but I'm going to continue saying I don't know. And I'm still going to say Sharian. So they go next. I don't remember what Apollo done said, but it felt like it was nothing major to get into because they're just, I guess, giving a summary of what they need to work on in their relationship. After they go, then we got Fat Boy and Tiana. So Tiana said, obviously Fat Boy was in, he committed adultery. Okay, he done cheated on her. I was trying to say, infidelity, but infertile came in my mind. So then he wants to let everybody know, well, she cheated on me too. Yeah, after you cheated on her. And AJ was like, well, obviously she did it because she was hurt. She was just trying to get back at you. And Tiana agreed. That's why she did it. Listen, I'm not going to agree with no tit for tat type of thing. But I'm just saying, I get why you wouldn't go tit for tat. But some guys, a lot of guys, I feel personally, listen, they hypocrites, okay? Because they want you to stay with them no matter what they done did to you, no matter if they cheated on you. But the moment you cheat on them, a lot of them would have left. So Fat Boy's still with you. So that's cool. He realized he probably deserved it. But, a lot of guys would have probably been like, oh, you cheated on me, we done. No matter how many times they cheated on you and you stayed with them. I'm just saying. 2 cents in there, personal opinion. But okay, she did it, he stayed, so they're going to have to work on that. Lastly, then we get to Phelan and Jalen. F and J, that's what I want to say. And Phelan's issue is Jay is not affectionate at all. And I'm just like, y'all used to be rabbits, so y'all said. Y'all have a kid together. So is he not affectionate even during intimacy times? Or he just not affectionate no more because y'all got a kid and y'all probably busy and don't have time to be jackrabbits like you guys used to be in the beginning of y'all relationship. But Jay, I guess, confirms it because he said he's never been affectionate. So then that's when AJ asked him, okay, would the last 3 girls, if I called up 3 girls, would they say the same thing? So then they went to commercial for dramatic effect, came back from commercial for dramatic effect, and after a long pause with even AJ saying, okay, see, crickets. That's when he wants to say, oh, it depends, because I guess, he be trying to be affectionate to girls in the club because he's a promoter. I don't know if he said that but he be working in the club, I guess, doing whatever he do, entertainer or whatever, and he be showing girls affection in the club. So that making Phelan feel some type of way because she's just like, oh, if you could do that for girls in the club, I'm your actual girl. Why can't you do that for me? When we alone and stuff, like we got a kid and all that stuff. So, which is why I'm still kind of like, is there no affection being shown during intimacy times? Because I just feel like, are we just like doggy styling it and that's it? Like just bang, bang, bang and that's it? Or we not, giving sensual touches? That's interesting. That's interesting. That's very interesting. So you went through this whole relationship with no affection. I guess I have to see what more they're talking about as the season goes, but for me, I'm just kind of confused. But okay. So then we get to Ronnie and Shamari last, and they're having communication issues, which we clearly will see by the end of this episode. Then we get to AJ saying that they're going to have to write down some vows so they can create a new agreement for their commitment contract by the end of the retreat. Cool. Then we get to Jock and Kendra. They're talking in the confessional saying they're glad they aren't the only ones in the whole groups and couples who have issues, and they may not be the worst couple there. I mean, to each their own, just because you may not feel like you have the worst issue doesn't mean your issue is still not an issue that needs to be resolved and nipped in the bud if y'all going to continue this damn marriage. Because I'm so tired of you guys talking about the same damn thing and not coming to no resolution. I will give Kendra that because that's what she did say. They have not come to no type of resolution or anything. But at the same time, when are we going to just try to put our foot down and let Jock know, listen, we got to get better. But I just feel like she don't want to move past it. But if you don't want to move past it, if you can't move past it, then you probably shouldn't be in the relationship. You probably should end the relationship. Because at some point, if you want to stay with homeboy, you gonna have to figure out how to live and move forward with what he done did to you. But if you can't do that, then just leave. What's the problem? We already seen in the previews for the season, you talking about you choosing not to have no kids with homeboy because, so I don't know. But we'll see what happens with them. And speaking of Jock and Kendra, still on them, they decided to play Blackjack with Breezy and Chris. So they talk to get to know each other. That's when we see Breezy and Chris talk about how Chris proposed to Breezy. And Jock and Kendra, of course, their relationship is all over the place. So, Jock just wants to make some jokes. Kendra tries to be serious, but she does laugh too. That's cool. Hee hee ha ha. Okay, playing games. And then we get to Phelan and Jalen. They're, I guess, on their way to their suite, and they're talking in the hallway, talking in the elevator about the fact that Jalen doesn't want to commit. Supposedly he proposed to Phelan initially, but now he don't want to get married no more because his reasonings is he doesn't just want to sign a paper to then break up. So he wants to work on their issues first. That's when Phelan says, so why even propose to me in the first place? His excuse was because of the fact they didn't have issues in the beginning of their relationship. This is what I be talking about. Y'all just be saying stuff to be saying stuff because it's like, you cannot tell me. You think because you didn't have issues in the beginning that you was never going to have issues. That is impossible. That is impossible. Every couple, and if you don't, y'all ain't no real couple in my eyes. Every couple has issues. It could be on different spectrum. Little issues, big issues. It don't matter. Every couple has issues. Every couple ain't gonna see eye to eye. Every couple is gonna have disagreements. Sometimes bickering back and forth. Sometimes arguments. It's normal. That's what happens in every relationship. So I don't know what his delusion is, saying, oh, we didn't have issues in the beginning, so I'm gonna propose to you. But now that we have issues, I want to renege on that proposal and work on our issues first before I even think about proposing and think about getting married, because I don't want to get married to then break up. Listen, I don't think a lot of people will get married to break up. Okay, so that's something you guys gotta figure out on y'all selves. And he said he wants her to get healed from her past relationship before they think about going forward with their relationship. So what's the point of you proposing in the first place? So now I feel like something done happened. Now he just doesn't even want to think about all that stuff. But for me, I'm just like, bro, you was with her when her and the homeboy separated. You didn't think about her healing from that marriage before you even put the pause on her to be, pounce on her to get with her. Okay, we're gonna see what happens. But at the same time, Jalen, I don't know. I just feel like you thought it was a good idea in the beginning, but now you're like, maybe not. Maybe it's best if we just, co-parent and just work on this relationship thing to maybe inevitably never get married. I don't know. After that, all the couples at the end of the night meet up with AJ and Tony. I wrote down the name Tony. And, AJ's dress was beautiful, immaculate. It was great. And the exercise they're doing that night is to go find some words. There's a glass in between each couple. So they're supposed to go find a word, put the word on them to showcase what's blocking their relationship from moving forward to getting better, all this stuff. So Ronnie and Shamari are first. And Shamari doesn't like the fact that Ronnie put the word gaslighting on his side of the glass. So Ronnie's just like, okay, well, we're both gaslighters, because she's trying to say, I'm not the gaslighter, you are. And he's like, well, we're both gaslighters. So they go back and forth and bicker about gaslighting and, whose fault it is or who's a real gaslighter in the relationship and whatnot, how each of them don't actively listen or give each other a chance to talk or say how they feel without the other person, just dismissing their feelings and whatnot. I'm paraphrasing this whole bicker back and forth, okay? So then that's when I don't know if it was Tony or AJ who asked, okay, Ronnie, do you agree or accept what Shamar has put on her side? He says yes. They ask Shamar, do you agree with or accept with what Ronnie put on his side? She says no. And then that's when Ronnie's like, see, this is what I'm talking about. I can accept her for everything she has to say about me in, critique form. But she can't do the same, which she's accurate in. He doesn't say that word for word. I'm just paraphrasing, by the way. But I can see what you're saying, Ronnie, in this moment. And then that's when Jalen and Phelan, J and F and J, that's when they're, I guess, mumbling on the side saying, oh, these are supposed to be the ambassadors and, they're having big issues. Once again, they of course they're gonna say that because this is their second round go around with this show. So of course they're gonna feel like, okay, we veterans in the game, but that doesn't mean they don't still got issues. So I don't know why they felt like, oh my gosh, ambassadors, they have issues, bigger issues than us. Don't matter. Okay, don't matter. You could be cream of the crop, the top of the tier or whatever, and you gonna still have problems. Nobody is not gonna have problems. I don't know how a better way to say it, but okay. I just had to put that because I'm just like, I don't know. I don't get what's the point of mumbling about that as if you guys are so perfect. Like Jalen, you don't even know what you want, and Phelan, I don't know what to say about you either. But that was the end of the episode. That was the first episode of the season. The season looks like it's going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to it. I talk my crap all the time. But, we going to come back. We're going to kiki, haha, have a good time. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, come back next week. Hopefully I can make you laugh. Please comment what you think so far on this first episode of season 3. Other than that, be easy breezy, let me squeeze you. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.